And we're back.
So we're going to do a think, pair, share now. Go ahead and just think the pros and cons of doing that activity. Different things that you like, things that were maybe a little bit more challenging. So go ahead, take 30 seconds, think about that, and then we're going to get you a partner. Yeah. Go ahead.
When you're ready.
Go ahead and just share. You're ready.
With students, we would probably be a little bit.
It is really structured.
Hope you can hear the symphonic sounds of student discussion in the classroom. Beautiful. Just beautiful.
Yeah, I think that's definitely an important point.
Okay, for the sake of time, we're going to wrap it up. We have time for like one or two comments.
Let's hear maybe a pro and a con from each. Yeah,
I like the sources. They're small, concise, kind of to the point. Gets across the idea of how to source and what it's about.
Yep.
Even for those students that struggle with reading, they can do this. Con, maybe? Any cons?
Maybe since it's so nice and laid out, we might assume they can do this, and I think we will all often be surprised by how little they can do sometimes.
Hypothetically, you should, this document, your first time you're doing it, you model this for the students, and then they do this on their own with the second document. But, yes.
I think just the acronym itself, I read, might be just a little bit too many steps because they wanted to ham-fist it and make it spell I read.
I read, yeah.
And to me, several of them are like the same thing. I'm like, how do I differentiate between this and this? Just like one or two main points to analyze, I think is all you need.
I also feel like it's a little bit too like controlled and like forcing. I don't know. I just feel like it's trying to be open-ended, but it's almost closed-ended because it's so like scaffold.
It's a little rigid, right?
Yeah.
You can't really like go anywhere but where they're pointing you.
Right.
There are different things that you could pull up, like from the document, but it's done in a very, very structured way. So yeah. So overall, I'll do the strengths and weaknesses. We found there were different strengths and weaknesses. One of the best strengths is that it just integrates right into your normal scope and sequence. There are 3 lesson plans per unit, all written for you, and you can just plug them right in. If once you get to revolutionary times, when Lexington happens, you have a day that explains the context of Lexington, and then you do this as you go. So that makes it really easy. You don't have to like rework your whole scope and sequence. You just plug these lessons in. It teaches the content and the skills. So you're going to learn about Lexington on the first day. On the second day, you're going to start to work with the sources. On the third day, you're going to start writing. So it's not just content, and it's not just let's just focus on skills. They're intertwined, so that's great. Provides really good scaffolding. It might be a bit constraining at times, we think, but for some students, they are going to need that. Although, we look at it and we say, I can read this and think 30 things about it in half a minute, but for them, that doesn't really process. It's very dichotomous. It's one thing or the other. Again, makes it very simple. And it allows for some higher order thinking as they create their own theories and arguments and find their own evidences.
So we already talked about some of these. We didn't talk about this, however. A lot of preparation for teachers. So this book only provides 6 lessons. Aside from those 6, you're on your own to prepare all these documents with the quotes on there and things like that. It's a lot of work for a teacher to do all of that, and it would take a lot of time. But once you have it, it would be really effective to do this. You have to know the content really well as a teacher to know, like, oh, there's a source here that I can pull from, things like that. Just like I think you mentioned that it's very rigid. You can't. The book doesn't give you any other ways to use this in any other content areas, any other subject. So.
And it's only early U.S. history.
Yeah.
This doesn't exist for the second half. World history for Utah, it is what it is.
And so, also, if you skip this Lexington one, it's really hard to just jump right into, say, the fourth unit because it builds on each other. It's progressive. And so if you don't do the first one, by the fifth one, they haven't built those skills necessary. So,
Or if you just decide to take one out, then they don't build those skills from like 3 to, if you take out 4, jumping from 3 to 5 might be difficult for a lot of students.
so do you have any questions about the book, or is this? Okay, thank you.